What is warrior confidence, and why does every player and every team need it? Well, you tell me. Is mental strength, discipline, and leadership skills important? Stick around and find out. That's what we're talking about today. What is warrior confidence, and why your player and your teams need it? It's time for the Warrior Confidence Hockey Podcast with Coach Rich Grogan, where serious athletes, parents, and coaches become confident leaders. Whether you're fighting for more ice time, chasing the next level, or ready to lead like a champion, this is the exact mindset and leadership training I've shared with Stanley Cup winners, Super Bowl and World Series champs, and countless championship teams. And I'm here to share with you. So buckle that chin strap. It's game time. Greetings, champions. Welcome to the Warrior Confidence Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Master Coach Rich Grogan, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we got another exciting episode here for you today, but this one, man, this is monumental. This is episode number 400. 400 of these things. Woohoo, man, oh man. And I'm telling you, we're going to start kind of trip down memory lane and talk about where this thing started. And I know some of you have been with us since episode number 1. Nearly 10 years ago. And here we are at number 400. Well, I can't thank you enough. If you've been around the whole time, or if this is your first episode, thank you. I promise I'm going to do everything I can to not only value your time, but to give you what you came here for. And what is that? Well, if you're a parent or a coach or an athlete, what do you want? Well, you want that warrior confidence. And what is warrior confidence? Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive in deep on exactly what it is, where it came from, and why you need it, why your players need it, why your team needs it in order to reach their highest level of success. But before we get into that, let's take a look around the office here. This is really redone the whole office. I've got Miracle on Ice poster up there. How fantastic is that? I've got my gloves, my Team USA gloves. And this shelf right here, take a peek. Had a video that came out in 1999 called Kick to Get Fit. And then a few years later, I filmed a couple more, the kids' Kick to Get Fit version. Yeah. The kids who actually made it on DVD. And then here's my 3 books. We've got Becoming Bully Proof. We've got I Believe in Me. It's a little kid's affirmation book. And my newest book, right dead in the middle there, is the How to Get More Ice Time, a champion's playbook, winning with integrity on and off the ice. And that's what I've built the whole program around, and why I've chose to go 100%, baby, all in on Warrior Confidence Hockey. So I promised you I'd talk a little trip down memory lane. The podcast started off as Kickin' Life. And what Kickin' Life was all about, it's, well, Martial Arts Academy. Oh, I missed the next shelf. Down there's kind of martial arts credentials from Korea, a master instructor certification, a picture of the family, my master's belt, and then it was from our Martial Arts Academy behind us. And then over here, we've got American flag, the armor of God, and some jerseys, some blues memorabilia, all kinds of good stuff. So basically what I've done is I've taken 40 plus years of martial arts, being a master instructor, and 50, where are we at now? Over 50 years in hockey, woohoo, as a player, coach, and parent. Now, of course, 50 years around the game. I haven't been a parent for 50 years. I'm only 55 for crying out loud. I've only been coaching. Well, I've been coaching now. Goodness gracious. Actually, it was 13 or 14 when I first helped out as an assistant coach. Wow. Things have changed. That was way back in 1983, 84. Oh, but anyway, so Kickin' Life. That's where this podcast started nearly 10 years ago. And it was all about, had the martial arts theme, right? Kicking butt. Well, life is going to kick our butts. That's all there is to it. Every day seems to be a battle. Now, you've heard me talk before, the meanest battle, the hardest battle we'll ever face, your kids will ever face, is right here in our mind. So Warrior Confidence is all about developing that mental strength to win. Not just fight, but win that battle in your mind. Because if you can win the battle in your mind, then those battles out there are nothing. Now, I know there's tough battles every single day. But the second part of Warrior Confidence is having that unstoppable belief in yourself to overcome adversity and battle through every challenge you face, to be the hero, leader, and champion that you were born to be, to excel, to exceed both on and off the ice. But back to Kickin' Life. Kickin' Life was all about not if, but when life kicks your butt. You are going to have that warrior confidence, that mental strength to not only kick life's butt, but man, you're going to kick it up a notch and live not just a good life, not just a great life, but baby, you're going to live a kickin' life. Now, I still got that on my license plates, Kickin' Life, because it's the whole essence of everything I'm trying to do here, help you live that kickin' life. But it was something underneath that was really that in order to have that kickin' life you needed, which was warrior confidence. But our podcast evolved from Kicking Life to Grogan's Bully Proof, the book back there. And that's what we were doing in our martial arts academy predominantly, was teaching bully proof lessons, helping them improve the students' confidence, belief in themselves to become bully proof. And from there, it went on to Bully Proof Confidence. And now we've locked in on Warrior Confidence. It was Warrior Confidence Unleashed. Now it's Warrior Confidence Hockey. So that's the evolution of where it came from. But the underlying meaning was always warrior confidence. You got to have that warrior confidence to believe in yourself, to have the courage to move forward. And warrior confidence basically is kind of built on three foundational pieces, if you will. It's having the courage to believe in yourself, even if you're the only one. Now, that's something we got to talk to our athletes about. Because think about this, parents and adults and coaches. We were teenagers once. We were in our 20s once. And maybe you're listening right now, and that's you right now. The thoughts that come into that mind. And then, of course, we're constantly inundated with this thing. I mean, we grew up without this, and we're all addicted to it. And when I bring that up, people always say, I'm not addicted to it. Do you walk to any room in your house without carrying that thing? No, then you're addicted to it. And I'm not beating you up. I'm just stating a fact. But my point that I'm getting to is this. If we are, think about our kids who've grown up with this thing. Now, that's not an excuse by any means. I don't like excuses. I don't like, my whole thing is we either find excuses, which are going to continue to perpetuate and make more excuses, and then we find more excuses and we never get anything done. We never solve the problem, or we find solutions. Solutions are tough, but man, solutions to our problems, that's kind of what I hope this show is for you, to help solve your problems, to help you get your athlete what they want, that warrior confidence in order to gain that ice time, in order to gain those leadership roles, in order to earn and gain your coach's trust. That's what we're all looking for, to help them to be the hero. And if you're a coach, this is going to help your team get to the next level by working together. So warrior confidence, having the courage to believe in yourself, even if you're the only one. Second part, discipline. Having the discipline to do the things you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do them, even if you're the only one doing it. And once again, I'm talking to you, yes, and hopefully this is going to help you. But my goal is planting seeds in your mental garden that you can pass on to your kids, the athletes, your teams, to help them grow. Because at the end of the day, parents, they want more ice time. Coaches, you want to give the kids more ice time. And of course, everybody wants a championship winning season. But most importantly, you want to develop winners, both on and off the ice, winners that lead with integrity, winners that have the character that people are going to remember. That's what we're looking for. Second part's having that discipline to do what you say you're going to do, even if you're the only one. And the third one, perseverance. We've got to persevere. We've got to be resilient. We've got to be determined and have that grit and resilience to keep battling, even if you're the only one, even if everybody else has given up. Keep battling. Have that courage, have that discipline, and have that perseverance. Now, of course, it's easy for me to stand here, sit here, talk to you, and say these things. I know it's much tougher than that. I'm never going to lie to you. I never want you to lie to your kids or your team. Tell them it's going to be tough. And at the end of the day, something I talk to the kids in the locker room all the time about, and I remind them on the bench, I remind them between periods, hey, we're going to suffer at the end of this game one of two types of pain. We're going to suffer the pain of discipline right here, right now, which is a temporary pain, by working hard, doing the things we need to do, short shifts, winning your puck battles. That's discipline. That's hard work, but it's short-lived. Oh, it's the price. You pay that discipline and end up winning the game. You end up winning a championship. Even if you don't win, you know in your heart you gave it all you got. And that's a step in the right direction to helping you pull out the next game or win the next game. So one of two types of pain of discipline, or secondary pain is the pain of regret. In that locker room after the game thinking, oh, I wish I would have done more. Oh, I should have skated harder. Oh, I should have been more disciplined and got my butt off the ice when I was tired. One of two types of pain. And you think about that, it's a battle we fight every single day. Discipline to do what we're supposed to do, the discipline to do things we said we were going to do last night or last week, or the pain of regret from not doing those things, from not respecting ourselves, from not being disciplined. And once again, I know it's not easy. I'm not going to lie and say it is. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would be a champion. But it takes discipline. And discipline starts Self-respect, baby. You got to respect yourself. And I'm asked all the time, people say, why do you think there's so much disrespect in the world? Well, truly, I believe there's so much disrespect because there's so little self respect. Simply because if you don't respect yourself, if a player doesn't respect themselves, there's no way in the world they're going to respect their team, respect their coach, respect their parents, respect their equipment. It all starts with that personal respect, that self respect. Now, how do you teach a kid self respect? It's pretty simple. You make them earn every step of the way. You don't just buy them all the nicest equipment and continuously give it to them. Set a precedence, set a price on it. How are they going to earn this? And it could be a number of different ways. If they have chores at home, cutting the grass, getting straight A's, working hard in practice, allowance, or you split the price, something so they don't feel they're entitled. Because if kids develop this entitled mindset and attitude at an early age, it does nothing but get worse as they get older. And then, of course, anything you do for them, you need to remind them they need to say, well, please, and thank you. A little bitty kid stuff. And that starts off as a kid. Emmett, 16-year-old. We just went and had a great lunch today. Went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place. It was fantastic. Say, hey, thanks, Dad. It's automatic. I said, well, you're welcome, buddy. My favorite part of the day is hanging out with you. And it really hits my heart, even though you're a big 16-year-old now. He's my youngest, but when they say thank you, I know as a parent, as coach, makes you feel good, right? It's the little things that's showing respect. But if they don't respect themselves, if they haven't been taught that, they're not going to know. Now, it's never too late. Set that is especially coaches going into the season. Tell the players respect is above all else. That's self-respect. And that's where it all starts. And that leads into self-discipline because you respect yourself enough. Now you're going to be disciplined. You say you're going to do something, then own up to it. Got to hold them to those highest standards. Can they do it? Absolutely. Is it going to be tough? Probably. But hey, what do you want out of this thing, right? Yeah. We don't want to have halfway through the season, we're thinking, as a parent or a coach, you're thinking, oh my gosh, another one of these seasons. It doesn't have to be that way. So right off the bat, lay the ground rules. And parents, working with you here on how to help your player earn, not get, but earn more ice time. How do they get and earn more ice time? Working hard, being respectful, being a good teammate, being a character player, saying thank you to the coach, being respectful, helping pick up pucks after practice, doing all the things that they think they may be too cool for. They're not. And once again, we're in this together. And parents, no drama, no politics. If you've got an issue, if you've got a problem with a coach, just go talk to him. Coach, we're human beings. Now, I've been well, I guess four sides, if you will. I've been the player, I've been the coach, I've been the parent, the hockey dad, and I've also been an organizational leader. So part of that as well. Communication. Now think about this. Why do most marriages end? Why do most relationships that turn bad? What is the missing component? Communication. Just talking about things before they fester and blow out of control. And think about it. When you talk to the coach, talk to them in a respectful manner. Talk to them in a way that you wish somebody would talk to you. And just because somebody talks to you in a negative manner or treats you poorly doesn't mean you do that. I mean, this is basic common sense, but unfortunately, what's common is not common nowadays, or what should be common, right? Common sense. Once again, can you do it? I end every video asking that question. Can you do it? Absolutely. The question is, are you going to do it? And I know you are. Why? Because you're a hero, you're a leader, you're a champion. You're raising a future hero, leader, and champion. And we're going to work together on this. So kind of a reminder and a recap, your confidence is that mental strength to win that battle in your mind. Not just fight it, but baby, we're going to win it. And if we can win that battle in our mind, all the other battles out there, it's not that they're not tough. It's not that they're not problematic. It's not that they're not challenges, but it all starts right here. I used to say, we look in the mirror. You want to see the meanest bully you ever face? Just look in the mirror. Listen to that voice in your head chirping. Now, is that tough for us as adults, parents, and coaches? Absolutely. Well, guess what? It's equally tough, if not more so, for our kids. So talk to them about that. Or heck, just let them listen to the podcast. That'd be the best thing. They say, hey, you need to listen to this on the way to the rink or to a game, or of course, they're on their phones all the time anyway. Just have them like, subscribe on the podcast, or go to our YouTube channel. We've got over 1,000 videos on YouTube now talking about these very things. Got a ton of shorts. So less than 60 seconds, they can listen to a video and prime the brain. I am talking to them in a manner that I wish somebody would have talked to me. That's my whole goal now, is to be the mentor I never had, the mentor I always needed to tell me these things. Now, I cannot say, honestly, if I would have listened. I mean, I had a lot of great coaches and a lot of great mentors. Martial arts instructor, George Manns, is fantastic. And well, unfortunately, his health has declined quite a bit, and I'm blessed. He just had a surgical procedure, and he's doing much better. But man, it's hard to think of what he's going through now. And I used to see him as, well, he's a big guy, but everything he taught me along the way. But back to my point, would I have listened? I wish I would have listened more, but he never gave up on me. He was planting seeds. My dad never gave up on me. He was planting seeds. He was rough, tough. We grew up poor on a farm. He was he was in Vietnam, 1st Airborne, so military dad, and firm. Everybody called me Richie as a kid. Richie could do nothing right. Richie would always screwed up at everything. Richie didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence or belief in himself because Richie failed a lot. And unfortunately, we are going to fail a lot. Our kids are going to fail a lot. Our players, our athletes are going to fail a lot. So, and I always tell them, and I repeat this literally, I've been pounding this into their mental garden. I call your brain your mental garden. And think about a garden. Anything you plant is going to grow, good or bad. And unfortunately, society is always planting the negative. So we got to make sure we're digging that up and planting the positive. But I let them know that a champion is not someone who has never failed before. A champion is someone who's failed over and over and over again, but refuses to give up, refuses to quit, refuses to stay down. A champion says, I'm getting back up. I'm fighting another round. A champion says, I'm learning from that failed experience. I'm learning from that unsuccessful attempt. I'm learning from whatever has knocked me down so I don't get knocked down again. But if I do, I'm not giving up. Once again, back to that perseverance, having that grit, that resilience to go one more time, one more round, to say, you know what, everybody else may have quit, but not me. Getting back up. And that's the essence of what a champion is. I think it was John Maxwell that once said, a big shot is a little shot that just kept shooting and took one more shot than anybody else. That's how they became a big shot. Woo, think about that. Bam, that's a right hook of reality, isn't it? That's good stuff. Well, the Warrior Confidence brand, why I think it's so important, because it's doing those same things. I'm talking to you in a manner I wish somebody would have talked to me. I'm talking to you as a parent. I'm talking to you as a coach. I'm talking to you as an athlete. And once again, share it with your athletes so they can get this knowledge, because that's how we're going to do this thing. My whole goal, not only to be the mentor I always was wanting and needing in my life, but to mentor others to create better leaders in the world. I think we could all agree we could use some better leaders in the world, right? That stand up for what is right, have character, honor, integrity, stand up for, we know what's right. Being a good person, using common sense, not blending in with the crowd. Think about this as an example. Heard many times, but I just happened to hear it the other day, and it planted a seed in my mental garden. Think of, unfortunately, in society, it seems like trends just come and go. A new trend's here, it's gone. New trend's there, it's gone. It's always out. But what constantly stays the same, honor, integrity, good core moral values. They're the rock. They're the foundation. Now, I like to think of whatever's going on in society as almost like a dried up, crusty leaf that's fallen out of a tree and is being blown across the parking lot. It gets blown here, it gets blown there, it gets blown everywhere, and eventually it gets run over by a car and disintegrates into nothing. Don't let your athletes do that. Just bounce from thing to thing to thing to thing, this virtue signaling that's going on drives me cuckoo. And that, to me, reminds me of that leaf just blowing around. And eventually it's crusty and disintegrates into nothing. Be that solid rock. Be that foundation. Those core values. That's what Warrior Confidence is built on. That unshakable, unstoppable belief in yourself. And the only way your athlete's going to have that unstoppable belief in themselves if they have that core foundational piece. Now, they're not always going to listen. You didn't always listen when you were a teenager or in your 20s. I certainly know I didn't. I wish I would have. Talk to them. Tell them. Be honest with them. I tell my kids all the time. The reason I'm telling you these things is because I was a knucklehead and just flat out didn't listen. I want you to listen. I want you to be your best. Think about this. Most athletes, most players, most hockey players, or any athlete in any sport, they don't fail because of lack of talent. And they don't fall short because they lack the skill. Most of them fall short or fail because what's going on between the ears? What's going on in the mind? I mean, I bring up all the time that $400 stick you're buying your hockey player isn't going to do them a lick of good if they've got 1 cent worth of confidence or 1 cent worth of work ethic or 1 cent worth of discipline. That stick cannot function to its highest capabilities if the athlete's work ethic is nothing. If they don't believe in themselves, they're going to falter every single time. So what can we do? Work on that warrior confidence. Another thing, coaches. Most teams don't fall apart or fail because of lack of skill or talent. You know why they fall apart. Because of parents is at you. Parent drama, poor communication, poor leadership, misunderstandings. Leads to gossip, people talking behind one another's back. That leads to the downfall. Everybody's got to be on the same page. And that's, once again, what warrior confidence is all about. That's why I say every player, every team, every parent, every coach needs to have it. Now, is it the end all be all? You got warrior confidence, all your other problems are going away? That's I'm never going to lie to you. But what I am going to tell you with warrior confidence is going to give you what? That mental strength to win that battle in your mind, that unstoppable belief in yourself to overcome adversity and battle through challenges. And guess what? You get through this challenge, there's always going to be another one. That's just life. There's an old saying, you're either coming out of a challenge, getting ready to go into a challenge, or now I goofed up. What are the three? You're either in a battle or a storm right now, coming out of a storm or a battle right now, or ready to go into a battle or a storm right now. Boy, oh boy, I had that all in my mind. It happens. I'm human, but we're leaving it in. We're not editing this out. So there we go. All right. So along with the 3 core pieces I mentioned, the courage to believe in yourself, even if you're the only one, the discipline to continue doing what you say you're going to do, even if everybody else is giving up and you're the only one doing it, and then the perseverance to keep going, to battle through. Once again, even if you're the only one, even if everybody else is giving up and quitting, that's building that warrior confidence. And then I like to say the 4 core principles, the core values that it's built on, these traits are attitude of excellence. Have that attitude, that positive mental attitude, that attitude of excellence saying, look, I'm going to give it all I've got. I want you to pass this on to your athlete. Have them listen to this. When they step in that locker room, they're going to have a positive mental attitude. When they step on that ice, they're going to have a positive mental attitude. When they're back in that locker room, they're going to have a positive mental attitude. Now, does that mean every day's a good day? No, we're going to have rough days, but you're making a commitment and a determination. In my mind, I'm going to remain positive. And remind them, man, you get an opportunity to play the greatest game in the world. You get an opportunity to be on the ice. Those opportunities aren't always going to be there. Remind them of those little things. Now, I get it. As a parent, sometimes you want to wring your kid's neck. You want to scream at them. Did that work for you? Probably not. It's not going to work for them either. So don't do it. Take a breath, pause, and make sure you're leading by example, having that attitude of excellence. Once again, is it easy? No, it's not. Can you do it? Absolutely. It's a matter of if you're going to do it. Second part, after an attitude of excellence, you got to have a mindset of a champion. Always thinking about success, always thinking about striving for that next goal, always thinking about striving for that championship, getting more ice time, getting more leadership roles, earning more trust from the coach. That's a mindset of a champion, because the champion's mindset is always thinking forward, learning from their mistakes. And once again, it doesn't mean you're not making mistakes. If you're a goalie, my Emmett is a goalie. Unfortunately, goalies are going to give up goals. It just happens. And defensemen are going to turn the puck over and make a mistake. Forwards are going to miss on a breakaway. They're going to miss the net in a key game situation. They're going to turn the puck over, lose faceoffs, blow assignments. We're human. These things are going to happen. But as a reminder, a champion is not someone who hasn't failed. Champion is not someone who has not let in a poor goal or turned the puck over or missed an empty net. Those things happen. It's what you do after the mistake. That's having a mindset of a champion, how you recover, how you rebound. So you got to share this with them. Help them understand that. And then the third part, you got to have a work ethic of an underdog. And that means you're willing to fight, claw, scratch, bite, whatever it takes. Literally, don't bite, don't scratch and claw. But it's that attitude of excellence. It's that mindset of a champion, followed by that work ethic of an underdog. Now, I am not a very big person. I'm 5'7", maybe if I spike my hair up. But somehow, some way, didn't matter if it was hockey or football or baseball or in martial arts fighting, I always somehow, some way got playing time, got ice time, got to wear that C or that A, got leadership roles. Why? I'm telling you, and I didn't know about the attitude of excellence, mindset of a champion, but I knew about work ethic of an underdog because I was kind of the underdog. I'd been cut from teams, I'd been benched, I'd been overlooked. I mean, I was even smaller than I am now in high school and growing up, but somehow I got playing time because I was willing to get in there and get gritty, get dirty, do the things, skate my butt off. I forced the coaches to notice me for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. It was like every time they put this kid on the ice, he's making things happen. He's getting destroyed in front of the net, but he's not giving up. That's the work ethic of an underdog. Now, I grew up on a farm, and I was told early didn't have a whole lot of athletic ability, some, but I was told by a coach, he said, look, you're always going to be a small guy, but how you're going to get noticed is just the way I noticed you doing this. You're going to get out, or you're going to have to work your butt off. You're probably going to have to work twice as hard as everybody else. I remember my sophomore football coach, he and me and some other kid were just banging the heck out of each other and hitting drills in practice and throwing our bodies everywhere. He called us up and he goes, all right, I want you guys to see Richie and this other guy. He goes, with equipment on, well, it was about 5'5" at the time, 5'5", maybe 110 pounds with equipment soaking wet. But they caught my eye. And guess what? They're starting this week at cornerback. Oh, that made me feel good, right? That pumped me up. Now, unfortunately, in the first quarter, I got beat on a pass from some receiver that was twice my height, and I got my butt yanked on the bench. Well, coach lit me up pretty good. And of course, my mind wants to go in excuse mode. Yeah, but he's taller. Yeah, he was faster. Yeah. I learned to shut up. So tell your player that. When the coach is talking to you, just shut up, close their mouth, and say, yes, coach. Take in what they're saying, and then get back out there and do your best. Well, the same thing in hockey. They're going to make mistakes, get their butt chewed out a little bit. Don't make excuses. Yes, coach. And then work even harder. That's the work ethic of an underdog. And the last part, it's kind of the whole essence of all of it, wraps it up together, is having the heart of a warrior. That heart of a warrior is that I am not giving up. I am not quitting. I am going to battle through. I am going to persevere. I am going to succeed. Why? Because I've got an attitude of excellence. I've developed a mindset of a champion, and I have the work ethic of an underdog. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep battling, and I'm going to keep getting better. That's the heart of a warrior. Not giving up after the first, second, third, or fourth failure. Not giving up if you got cut from a team. Not giving up if you got overlooked or you got benched. Not giving up if you're a goalie and you've let in 2 or 3 softies and then maybe you got your butt pulled. You're not going to have a bad attitude on the bench. You're going to have the mindset of a champion. You're going to have that work ethic of an underdog very next practice and show the coach that's my net and I want back in there. And I'm going to do it with the heart of a warrior. And that's bringing it all together. Man, I got excited. You excited? I hope so. Well, as I mentioned, this is episode number 400, baby. And we've come a long way from kicking life to Grogan's Bully Proof to Bully Proof Confidence to what was it, Warrior Confidence Unleashed, and now Warrior Confidence Hockey. And the reason for that, and all the years in martial arts, and I played other sports, but hockey was my true calling, my passion. I love the sport more than anything else. And I'm just taking everything I'd learned from all the years around the game, all the things I've learned. I've been over to Korea. I've been blessed 4 different times in martial arts, got my master certification. You can see my belt over there in the certification. And I'm putting it all together. Focus 100% everything to help you, the parent, the coach, the athlete, to build future leaders, to help your kid get the ice time they want, to help them get noticed and stop being overlooked, to help them do the things that the coaches want, to gain the coach's trust, to gain that ice time, to gain those leadership roles, and to be a champion. And maybe they never win a championship on the ice. Well, my goal is to build champions on and off the ice. And a quote in the back of my book, and if you don't have a copy of my book, make sure you pick up a copy. The links are in the description box. It's called How to Get More Ice Time, a Champion's Playbook, Winning with Integrity on and off the ice. The quote on the back is from Brian Sutter. you got to win off the ice before you can win on the ice, because good people make good players. And that's the whole goal here. And here's another right hook reality check for you. Less than 0.5% of anybody who steps on the ice and plays the game, or any sport for that matter, will turn pro. 0.5%. So why do we do it? We do it to develop the character. We do it to develop, overcome adversity and challenges. We do it because we love the game. But here's the thing, 0.05% will play pro, but 100%, doesn't matter if they make pro or not, 100% in some way, shape, or form will work in our communities. And something I mention to the athletes a lot. Hey, when I want you working for my company, do you have the right mindset, the right attitude, the right character, the right amount of integrity? If you don't, then I'm not so sure I want you on my hockey team. And you may be the most skilled player in the world. And parents, I want you to share that with your kids. It goes beyond skill, because eventually skill runs out. I mean, even Wayne Gretzky retired. I mean, Sidney Crosby at some point in time is going to retire. And he's going to work in our community in some capacity. That might be an ownership role, still working in the community. My point is, let's start this now. Help them develop that attitude of excellence, that mindset of a champion, that work ethic of an underdog, and that heart of a warrior. And, well, here's the little sales pitch. Got my programs. Got my books. The links are in the comments. Check them out. I mean, I've got a masterclass video right now. It's a 45-minute question and answer going over all these things we're talking about here. It's yours for $9. And if you don't want to, what you can do is you can drop in the comments, Ice Time, and I'll send you a free, what is called the Ice Time Playbook. Free tips right there to help kickstart, help move you in the right direction. Now, these podcasts, the videos, it's all about giving you information. It's all about empowering you to be the best parent, the best coach, the best athlete you can, to be the best hero and mentor, to lead them. But if you want to dive in deeper, pick up a copy of my book, pick up the workbook, or once again, just Ice Time in the comments, and I'll send you the free Ice Time Playbook. We can do this. Why? Because I want you to be the hero for your kiddo. I want them to get the ice time. I want your teams to get noticed for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. In the end, that's what Warrior Confidence is all about. Woo! I feel good. You feel good? All right. Well, the links will be in the comments. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you're listening on the podcast, we love those 5-star reviews. They help boost us higher in the search rank engines so people can find us more. Make sure you're following Real Rich Grogan across all social media platforms. Every single day, I post something on Instagram and Facebook that's inspirational, motivational, something to help you and your team and your athlete be their very, very best. So follow along. Tons of free content. Make sure on YouTube, like I mentioned, there's over 1,000 videos of content you can find, and it helps in one way, shape, or form with the things we talked about, with the mindset, with the leadership, with the mental strength, with the confidence, the belief in themselves. Dive into that, baby, and share it. And we've got also a Facebook group. It's kind of a unique, tight-knit group. It's called, Warrior Confidence Hockey. So check that out, the group, or just follow me online, and you can find your way into the group. A lot of ways to get the information you need to help, once again, your athlete be their very best. All right, folks. Well, hey, drop a comment in there. Let me know that you listened to the end. Let me know if you found value in this. And most importantly, let me know that you're going to work to help be the best version of yourself in order to help your kiddo be their best version, in order to not only develop that warrior confidence, but to be the leader, hero, and champion they were born to be. I love you. God loves you. Please share that love with the world. Please keep empowering your athlete and your team. And until next time, you get out there and do your best. Help your athlete become their very best. And I promise you'll be your very best. God bless you. God bless your loved ones. Can't wait to read your comments, and I can't wait to chat with you again real soon. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much for listening. God bless. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to the Warrior Confidence Hockey Podcast. If you're serious about taking your game to the next level, be sure to jump over to our website at warriorconfidence.com to grab the How to Get More Ice Time Masterclass video for the special price of only $9. You can also learn about our small group and one-on-one personalized coaching. And coaches, if you're ready to take your team to the next level, learn about our Warrior Confidence Hockey workshops. Until next time, lead with that attitude of excellence, mindset of a champion, work ethic of an underdog, and heart of a warrior. That's Warrior Confidence.